Hey there everyone, welcome to the series Automate the Boring Stuff in Ansys Mechanical. In today's video, I will be covering multi-step load before I proceed into any of the load step. For example, before I add any loads, force, pressure or any kind of displacement or any kind of accelerations, to make sure that I cover how to give input or output for any multi-step loading. Uh, we will go through the basics. So first thing is I have a static structural analysis. Let me just create one analysis A1. Not create, I mean assign it to a variable. So it will be model dot analysis and first index. So I will get A1. So this is the analysis here. Let me add one sample load. Let's say add acceleration, and I will assign it to a variable ACC. So this is my acceleration. I have this stored. Now you will see I have a load step set. If I go to analysis setting, you will see I'm having 3 load step. So when I have this 3 load step, you cannot just give a single value. You need to give values for uh, multiple load step. And here I cannot just go and type acc dot magnitude. You will see it's just a get property. It's not a get or set property, and it says this property cannot be set. When one wants to change its value, one should operate on the returned field. So it is field dot field, either on it inputs, which is field dot input, or its output variable field dot output. So we will see how to add these values, and this is for magnitude. For example, I have set a vector, so I just have magnitude and direction. For example, I have a component, then it becomes x component, y component and z component. I do not have a magnitude here, and then from here, for each time I have to give x, y and z loads. So let's cover vector first and just go through the magnitude, and then we will cover x component, y component and z component. Coming to magnitude, again there are 3 categories. For example, here I have a constant value, a tabular value and a function value. So if I just choose constant value, you will see if I give 10 millimeter per second square, you will see for each of the time step, like 0 to 1 and then 2 and 2 to 3, I have same constant load, so which is 10, sorry, same constant acceleration, which is 10 millimeter per second square, and here you will see 10, and rest are equal to 10, equal to 10. If I make it 20 and third one I make it 30, this you will see has converted into a tabular. So the way you give input is same, answers will automatically change, or we will check that in a minute. And then there is a separate function where you can give if a load is time dependent or not. So let's start with constant first. To assign a constant value, let's start one by one. First is input. Input is this time. Okay, so this is like, you can break this time step, of course. For example, if I make it 1.5, and you will see, no, it's not changing, I believe. Yeah, it's not changing. You have to go through this multi-step, and you have to break down into sub-steps. If I make it program control, I think I should be able to change it. No, it's not changing. Let me collapse this. Okay, so it's not changing anyway. Then we can go to acceleration dot magnitude, and then magnitude, I just want to show you the type. This is fields dot field. So this is the field. From field you have variable, and in that you have output and input. For example, I will just go through magnitude, and then if I type output, you will see it is giving 0 millimeter per second square, but this is constant. You have a list has only one element inside it. And if I go to input, you will see it's list inside a list. Inputs, so it's not input, it's inputs plural. You can see list inside a list, so it is just 1 second because it's a constant value. It doesn't change with time. So what we can do now is, let's assign this value. So even if you just go to output, you will see it's a get property. It's not even assignable. So here what you have to do is output dot, you have few things, which is discrete value. So discrete values covers constant and tabular data, and we have one more is function. I think should be somewhere here. Oh, sorry, it's formula. So it's not, I mean, the function is here as a formula. So you have formula. So first we will cover discrete values. You will get the same output. It's only that uh, uh, the way it is showing, like it's showing as a quantity. So if I just give you output type, then you will get it's a field variable. Yeah, it's a fields variable. But if I go to discrete values dot type, you will get quantity, I think. Yeah, it's a list of quantities. So these two things are different. So this thing is get or set property, but this one is just read only. Even acc dot magnitude is read only. So let's start with output. Now here, uh, discrete values, yeah, here we can assign a value. For example, I want 20 Newton, or let's say I already have in my list. So you have to pass it's a list of quantities. So within a list you have to pass all these quantities. Let's say I want to pass 30. So you will see it's a constant value of 30 millimeter per second. If same thing I want in, mm, let's say here I don't have to give 0, so it starts with 0, right? Even if pass this 0, I will be getting same thing. So let's say here I will start with 0. I have pasted one more. Here I will make it 0. It will not make any change. So you see that it has not made any change. But let's say I want to give different values. I can just copy this, and what I will do is here I will paste two more values for time step 2 and 3. So I start with 30, then I will go to 40, and then last one as 50. Here expected two values, but four were found. Okay, so if you remember, we were having this constant value. So what I was missing is you need to change the input first. Right now, if you go to acceleration dot magnitude dot inputs, you will see it's giving a list of list. So first index, you will see it is giving only 1 second. So actually, this should not be one. This should be like, I mean, if it is a, just remember, if it is a constant, then you will have only one, and then same will be followed for other time step. But if you want it to be a tabular format, you have to pass all the time steps like 0, 1, 2, 3. So here also you have to pass discrete values. It's a get a set property, list of quantities. You remember this index, it should be first index always, and then you pass this. Once you do that, you will see these two things are missing. Now we will run the same thing like act acceleration dot magnitude dot output dot discrete values is equal to those like those accelerations. So I have this 10, 20, and 30, and if you see this, you will see this is changing. So you need to change the input first and then add this tabular output. So I was missing this. Coming to function, so for function you have to go to acc dot magnitude dot output dot formula, but before that you need to change it. So let's see, formula is equal to, let's say I want to send 10 into time. Yeah, so you see it has changed into 10 into time. There are 200 segments, so if you want to change it, like I have 3 time step, right? I just want this broken, this 10 broken down into 3, and so I can just type acc dot number of segment is equal to 3, and you will see this 30 has, I mean, 10 into time, right? So time is 1, it has changed into 10, 20, and 30. So this way you can mm, change it to a function. So let's go back to here. If you check the input, right, you will get 3. So this so the same input box here as well, but we let's go back to constant value, and now I want to change it to magnitude. So here it will be acceleration dot defined by is equal to load defined by components. right? So you will see, you now you don't have magnitude, so you have to do the same thing, but instead of acceleration dot magnitude, you have to pass acceleration dot x component. So here you are getting 0 because it is constant. If you want to change it to discrete, so you can just run this one, and instead of magnitude, you just copy as x component. All this will become variables. Now same output values, if you want to do that, instead of uh, magnitude, just pass x component. You will see it has changed to 10, 20, and 30. Similarly you can do for y component. Let me run that and make this as y. You will Then you will get the same output. Okay, so this is not happening because even for x component input, you have to change this, right? So here let's go to this and make it y component, and now run that. Then sorry, now run that. You will see all this has changed. So this way you can change for each component. Tabular, I mean, even z component can be constant, right? For example, here I want just 50. This is a constant, so if you want to change it to this time tabular data, you have to first change the input first. I think this was all about multi-time loads or multi-step loads. So this way you can add for force as well. In force, moment, and pressure, I will have a separate dedicated video. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.